Before the first word had a name for fire, before we'd built a wall to keep the cold, someone pressed their palms into a handful of grain and water, ancient, dark, and old. Not a ritual, not a recipe, just the shape that hungry hands already knew. The dough remembers what the hands were doing long before the hands knew too. And the smell, that smell has crossed every border, been in every war, been in every home. You have known that smell since before you knew you. You will follow it until you're gone. Someone has always been baking bread before the sun comes up, before the dark is through. Someone always pressed their hands into the dough, the way that someone always will long after me and you. That's what love does when it doesn't have the words. That's what care looks like when care is all you have to give. Someone has always been baking bread, as long as there have been people left to live. Right now, this morning, in 10,000 kitchens, a woman in Morocco shapes the dough by hand. A man in Osaka folds the milk bread over, the way his mother showed him, the way he understands. An old stone oven in the hills of Georgia, the fire built the night before so it would hold a window catching morning light in Oaxaca. Tortillas on the coma, salt and smoke and gold. All of them alone, and none of them alone. The same motion, the same warmth, the same offering they cannot name, but making it anyway. The same someone has always been baking bread before the sun comes up, before the dark is through. Someone always pressed their hands into the dough, the way that someone always will long after me and you. That's what love does when it doesn't have the words. That's what care looks like when care is all you have to give. Someone has always been baking bread, as long as there have been people left to live. And maybe you remember a kitchen and a smell you can't explain, a pair of hands that moved without instructions, a warmth that never quite came back again. You don't have to have baked a single loaf to carry what those hands were carrying then. The bread was never only just the bread, it was the only way they knew to say, come in, come in, come in. And somewhere now, a window holds the morning, and hands are moving The same dough rising in 1,000 places, the same warmth crossing every open door. The oldest way of saying you are with me, the oldest reason anyone could ask for. Someone has always been baking bread before the sun comes up, before the dark is through. Someone always pressed their hands into the dough, the way that someone always will long after me and you. That's what love does when it doesn't have the words. That's what care looks like when care is all you have to give. Someone has always been baking bread, as long as there have been people left to live. Someone has always been baking bread. Someone is baking it right now. Someone you will never meet is in their kitchen, working through the dark somehow, working through the dark somehow.